everybody. It's the Maz N Mo Show. I'm your co-host Mo, and this is your host Maz.
Maz.
And, we're new to this. Just to let you know, we are not wearing our the jerseys that we would like to wear, but you know what? It is what it is. The show is about you know football in general, but specifically the Premier League, the Champions League, and whatever news is part of, you know, trending, footballers, names, this, that, transfers, you name it. So I think we're going to kickstart the show with the Carabao Cup. And Mazen, what's your take on what happened, really?
Well, as much as it's hard for me to say, I think Liverpool didn't deserve anything to get out of it.
That's true.
Credit to Newcastle for the players, for Eddie Howe, for their fans, for all. I hope it's going to kick a new era for them because this set of fans deserve a lot. They've been through a lot of shit through the years of Ashley, and
Yes.
they are as loyal as any other base fan, and they're fanatic about the team, and they just deserve it. Well done to them. Having said that, it doesn't hide the fact that I'm utterly disappointed. First in our players, and second in our manager. I would give the excuse for our manager because it's still his first season. He's still a learning curve. These are not actually his players. He's still learning a lot about them, and you need time. And I'll give him that because that doesn't disguise the fact this is, as far as I remember, the worst cup final performance I've ever witnessed for Liverpool. I mean, we've lost few cups.
Yeah, this is
But
the
this is the worst, and I blame the players, and I'll blame particularly Van Dijk and Mo Salah for this because these are the big guns, and sometimes you need them to step up when the others don't perform. Now this is a debate. Could they done anything more? I don't know. The system wasn't working. The rest of the players were not really up to their level. But anyway, it is what it is. The only thing I think, I hope that it doesn't have an affected start of a downhole, and because football, anything can happen, and Premier League is the Premier League. You can easily lose 4 matches. Now, the debate is that you're going to tell me, okay, they haven't lost they've lost only just once in the last 29 matches, but that doesn't mean they can't lose four in the next
They
9 matches.
don't have to lose four, Mazen. They don't have to lose four. They can draw all nine in the league.
Yeah, but I'll give you can easily lose against Everton. That's a derby. It can go either way. Those are about the fine details. A center for any of those teams, and you lose that match. You can lose against Arsenal. Definitely, they're a good team. They're a proper team defensively. Let's say you can lose away to Chelsea. So these are three.
Chelsea, they've been not that great. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're not that great. I agree. But
yeah,
it's a game. Yeah, it's a game. I mean, they outplayed us when they came to Anfield.
No. Don't get me wrong. If it was then, I would. If that the same team, yes. I saw them with Arsenal. Arsenal weren't great,
No.
but they were much better than Chelsea were, and Chelsea did nothing. No creativity whatsoever. I saw especially the last. I think the second half, the end of the second half, and for a team losing 1-0, I saw more come out of Leicester, okay, against United than I did from them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, definitely from Fulham against Chelsea themselves. If you remember, Chelsea were 1-0 up, and then it ended, I do believe it was 2-1. Because Fulham threw themselves at it and got the goal, the equalizer, and then went on for the second. They didn't really go on for the second, but it just the way they played, it ended up, going in.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
a great goal. No disrespect to Fulham, but this is what I'm saying. For our team, I blame. I can't look. Van Dijk and Mo Salah have been carrying the team a lot. And sorry, even Konate's been right up there. McAllister's been right up there. I think in this game, Slot's tactics and the way he put out the team was a mistake. Second thing, I think the players that haven't really been given much throughout the season. I mean, Luis Diaz was great at the start of the season. All of a sudden, he fell off a cliff. Well, I think it's his dad issue, and I understand that. But I mean, that's long gone.
yeah.
He has.
I don't think that that's issue has anything to do with him. He's that type of player. He's got loads of talent, no doubt, and he can change games, no doubt. But he's not consistent enough to show that,
Yes, and
at
then you
least.
get Darwin Nunes. I thought after the first game against PSG, he'll be like, oh, this whatever, and then it takes Curtis Jones and then what's his name, Elliot, to come in to kind of create something. Now Mo Salah had an off day. Of course, he's going to have an off day because they targeted him with more than one player. Now, what about the rest? That leaves a bit more space for the rest. Jota's been a shadow. I mean,
Jota's not the same. Not the same. No, definitely, I agree with you. I think
I
it's
mean,
pretty obvious. The development in him is really scary. Uh,
don't
I,
look when I'm saying this. It's not that I hate anyone. I'm just saying it the way it is. And by the way, that's one of the things that we specialize in. We say it the way it is. We don't sugarcoat nothing. Okay, we don't. Just because we're fans of a certain club, I think you can tell already. Um, it doesn't mean no. I mean, fair play.
No,
Newcastle
I
Gold
guess
Cup.
we're from the old generation. We're entitled as fans to criticize, a constructive criticism, I would say.
We hope.
This is all about, this is what football is all about. Even when you play nowadays, it's like I know it's turning to another sport. You can't touch a player, you can't say anything against a player. I mean, where are the days, 80s and 70s? When football was really, really tough, really fun to watch. Nowadays, it's all about acting when it comes to players. It's all about softies when it comes to fan. You're not entitled to say your opinion because otherwise they think you're against the team or let's say one of the players will read a comment on the social media, he will get affected. I mean, seriously. I mean, if somebody is on a 120K per week and he gets affected because a couple of comments on Twitter, I'm not sure he's in the right business.
Well, buddy, I've been there. I mean, I've been bullied at school, and to be honest, I mean, you just take it and move on. I mean, sorry, it's not ideal, and it does hurt, but it hurt meaning that you try to avoid it as much as possible, but you just move on. I mean, those people are idiots. I don't know if I can't understand. Sorry, let's go back to this. Darwin Nunes had two penalties in his 3 years at Liverpool, and he missed both. Don't tell me that's down to people bullying him on social media.
No, but in this particular case, I'm not blaming him. I mean, he stepped up. Others should have stepped up. He stepped up. He said, "I'm going to take a penalty." Now, what does the blame put in this? I can't really blame Slot because he's new to them. He doesn't know the strength and the weaknesses of all his team yet.
Come on, Maz N, it's a full freaking season for God's sakes.
Yeah, but
No
Mo,
in training that this guy can take a bloody penalty and this guy can't.
true, but Mo, it's a penalty. I mean, everyone can score a penalty, even if it's Darwin Nunez. So it wasn't, I thought that the penalty which Curtis took was really, I mean,
Okay,
Lime.
it's like some
Comparing to
downhill
what
kids.
Nunez said. I mean, with all due respect, I love this guy. He's a scouser, but I still think he needs to work on himself to reach at least what Steven Gerrard as a mentality was. Steven Gerrard was a warrior. He would show you week in, week out mentality. As far as I remember, apart from being a goalkeeper,
Hold on, remind me of a game that he was shit in. I don't. I
I don't
swear.
remember.
I think it was in England. He had one bad game when he gave it to Terry Henry. That was it. See, this is what I'm talking about. They don't build these guys the same. Just imagine, and I know this might hurt some Liverpool fans, but Roy Keane. I mean, to me, this guy's like unbreakable, right? I mean, honestly, he got injured, this and that, but on the pitch, he'll kill himself for the team. You know,
Yeah.
he'll just do anything he can to win a game. And with
I agree with you, but I'm not really a fan of him because he's dirty. He plays dirty. Steven Gerrard never played dirty.
I, I understand why United fans love him. It's not about I love him or not. I understand why United fans love him because he would just he'll do anything.
Yeah,
Okay, and Steven Gerrard, the good thing about him was consistency. Now, Curtis Jones, you have a few good matches. It doesn't mean that you have to. It's he delays the ball so much. Oh
yeah.
my God!
Well, that brings back to did you read what he said about that?
Oh, he said that I slept well at night, and I'm like,
No, no,
well,
no. There was something after that.
oh really? No, I replied to someone posted that on, and I said I'm glad you did because I surely didn't.
It
I,
shows
I
you. It shows you. No, he came up with. I think there was something before the England match, and one of the reporters just threw a question that people say you hold on to the ball too much, and he replied, "People don't understand football or don't understand why I do that." Even if that's the case, your answer is not the one that fans want to hear.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
And it's the same when he made the mistake, but maybe he's immature. I don't know. When he said, I mean, you're a Liverpool fan and you're playing with Salah, and Salah has broke all the records. Maybe he doesn't have the flair of Hazard. Let's put it this way. Hazard comes with a flair. I mean, he dribbles sometimes, he dizzles. But in terms of consistency and numbers, there's no match to Salah. Even Terry Henry can't match Salah. Uh,
Unfortunately, yes, for Terry Henry, yeah,
yeah,
he
and
can't.
and and we're talking about 8 seasons. This is the ninth. It's not 1 or 2 seasons. It's no one season wonder. I mean, 9 seasons for God's sake. 20 plus goal involvements guaranteed every single season. That's not just luck. Even if he taps in, what people say, that means he knows where to stand. His positioning is brilliant. He reads the game well.
Got an instinct for it, right? He knows where to be,
Yeah.
and sorry, who else has that?
No, no one. And people forget he's not even a striker. He's a winger. And he's comparing he's been compared to Haaland. And Haaland is a striker, but Salah is not. He's a winger. And
Yeah,
yet people sometimes, drag him into the comparison. You're not good enough. But give me even Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have these numbers when he was to play to United. I
no,
mean, in Spain, that's a different league. That's a different issue. But in England, it's really a tough place to be consistent for 8, 9 years. But going back, this is why I do blame a little bit, as I said, because I wouldn't expect Curtis Jones to step up in that match. I wouldn't expect Gravenberg to step up because he's still young. But the big guys, Van Dijk and Salah, the leaders, the ones who've tasted blood with the clubs, I would have thought they would have motivated the team a little bit more. I mean, the team was lost. Let's face it. I mean, for a huge chunk of the match, they were
but
nowhere to be seen. We were
Maz,
all over the place.
No, Maz, we're throwing too much in on Salah and Van Dijk. Yes, I understand where you're coming from, but when they have an off day, the other players need to look and say, you know what,
Yeah,
guys, it's time we stood up, and I saw nothing from anyone.
yeah, you're right.
I mean, McAllister was, and this scares me also because the minute McAllister came out, we were kind of almost scoring a goal. I mean, we were almost at that final hurdle, and then you pull McAllister out of the game, and then it's done.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the Newcastle game. He came off, right? I remember he came off last 10 minutes. It's
And that was a drop. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you 100% because he missed like 3 matches this season, and all 3 matches which he missed, we struggle in the midfield. I mean, he's the engine. He goes unnoticed most of the time, but he's the engine. Once he's out, you see the gap there. I think this is one of the areas that Slot will work on. I mean, we do have a little bit depth in the midfield, but I just feel that he's gonna add someone.
Mind that. My problem is, okay, we lost this. Uh, no one turned up. Unfortunately, this is the games that you should be turning up, and no one did.
Yeah,
Maybe a few players weren't that bad, but they weren't definitely weren't at the level that they should be for a final. And it's unfortunate. And by the way, Curtis Jones did take a penalty in the Super Cup, I believe. He took the last one against Chelsea, and he scored it, if you remember. And
yeah.
this is what pisses me off. It's he's a bit. You always said he's a bit too cocky, and I like sometimes he impacts games in a good way, and
Yeah.
sometimes he doesn't.
He
And
has the talent, he has the potential. This is why everybody's saying show it consistently because you have it.
that's all we're asking for. And I know it's tough. I'm not saying that you can't have an off day, but when your off days are the same amount of the on days, then sorry, buddy, you won't be at that level.
I think he needs to learn how to be a little bit smarter in terms of you can't approach every game with the same tempo plan. He always holds the ball, keeps the ball. Sometimes you need to be quicker, faster, more direct, and sometimes yes, you need to hold the ball. I know Slot encouraged that because Slot is a fan of holding the ball, keeping the position, keeping the ball. He's a fan of that, and Curtis suits him perfectly. But you've seen it in the Premier League. It's really fast. It's really sometimes direct. You need to seize the chances, and we're second to none when in our transition. I mean, a few teams. I would say Arsenal also very quick when they're full force, transitioning from one end to the other like in 10 seconds and scoring. I mean, it terrifies teams. So sometimes you need that, fast thing. But anyway, it's a learning curve. Let's say this is the first season. I'm over the moon that we're almost there. I would say winning the Premier League. We're almost there. Yes, anything can happen, but I would love to believe with a 12-point cushion and 9 games to go, we can still get it over the line. Crucial for me is the Everton match. You win it, I think it's done and dusted. You lose, I'm just afraid of the mental impact of the pressure on the players. We've seen that last season. We lost with Crystal Palace at Anfield. We dominated the match. We wasted chance after chance after chance, and we didn't score because pressure was high. Uh, uh, you win the Everton match, and you've got 12 points, 8 games to go. No way you're gonna throw it away. No way. No way.
Well, also don't forget the next 3 weeks. Sorry, the next 3 games are Champions League week. They're within the Champions League games, right? So you've got Arsenal play on a Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember, and then they play midweek, and then they play again the end of the week, and then midweek again, and then so they've got
Yeah.
2 Champions League games sandwiched in between 3 league games, and I believe they've got Fulham, if I'm not mistaken, Brentford, and I can't remember who the third one is. So Fulham,
Yeah,
Definitely going to be a good game.
Fulham is a tricky match.
Yes. Brentford having played midweek against Real Madrid is also a tricky one.
Yeah, it
Because
might.
I
It
believe
might.
that one is away. The Fulham one is at home. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe we need to check. I'll check on that. But what I'm saying is that could impact the results for Arsenal, right? Because I don't. Is Arteta going to be, going? You know what? Screw it. I'll go for both tournaments. Liverpool are in a phase that they're struggling, and you know what? Maybe I don't come out of the Real Madrid game, but I might make up points. Are they going to be enough? Not. I don't know. But what do you think on that? I mean, it
I
could
I
impact.
I think he'll focus on both. He's not going to throw the white flag in the Premier League. Definitely, I don't think so. Whether the Champions League will be a distraction, I'm not sure anymore. You know what? Because if you look at Liverpool, we always uh, we almost don't perform every time we have a weak rest. We always perform when you have the rhythm of playing every three games. Somehow it works with us. You know, the tempo is high, the concentrations of the players are high. Once you take your foot off the gas, it
Yes,
happens when you have a week. We've seen it, even this season. We've got, I think, two or three times we had a week rest. We never played well after that. It's like, okay, they lose the rhythm somehow. Uh,
everything on
so
the
it
the
might
Aston.
go the
Aston.
other way. It might. Football is a strange game, but I still believe. Everton game is the key, especially after what happened in the first match. You beat them, you've got one hand on the trophy. You might as well start details of the parade. Uh, you lose or draw, put more pressure on that. I still believe we're going to win it. We've got enough buffer.
Sorry, I'm called. You know me. I'm really pessimistic when it comes to that. So
No,
I'll
I,
take.
I understand it. I get it. It's very strange because we've all seen.
I saw the last three games. Okay,
Yeah,
now two of them were against a really good PSG side. Okay, but definitely the Southampton game wasn't. They weren't the top side. Okay,
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
we struggled against
That's the puzzle of Liverpool.
Newcastle, who, by the way, we demoralized at Anfield. We made mincemeat out of them. Sorry, we won that game fair and square. They did nothing. I mean, they had two chances. One of them might have been offside that they could have scored before we did. But
Yeah, but that happened for a reason. I'm not sure if you read what Eddie Howe said about that game after they won the Carabao Cup, when they asked him to reference that game, and he said we deliberately played in a different system when we played Liverpool at Anfield. We didn't want them to see how we normally play, to deceive them a little bit, and it worked. So when we came in the final, we played with a totally different game plan than we played in Anfield, and
uh,
that worked. That's what he said. And even pulling Isaac back then as a precaution, maybe that's also a factor. I thought Liverpool was really surprised. It looks like they never analyzed how Newcastle play, and they were taken by surprise. It looked like that. So yeah, if I go back to what he said, yeah, maybe we analyzed the last match at Anfield and we saw, okay, this is how Newcastle play. We're going to play this way, but they actually played the other way. My question is, okay, was it too late in the halftime? I do believe I thought if it was 0-0 at the halftime, maybe we had a chance going 1-0 back. No, I thought with what's going on, I think it was yes, you can do it, but it was an uphill battle.
we scored too late. If we had scored like 10 minutes before, I mean, at the 75th or 80th minute, yes, I agree.
Yeah,
We could have done something. But nevertheless, I think even Slot. My problem is the question that always comes up in my head is that is Slot losing the plot once they start to believe, or when once the pressure's on, because at the start of the season there was no pressure on him. No one even had Liverpool in the top four. Really, I mean, for me it would have been an achievement to come top four. Now, seeing that come Christmas we're top of the league with a few points difference from a buffer between us and Arsenal. Yes, is that where it comes in? Maybe he's like it's getting to him. And that question that no Dutch manager has won the Premier League, no Dutch captain has lifted the Premier League. So maybe all that's coming into. Oh my God, like, oh my God, I'm almost there, and then you trip before you get to the finish line. This thought is scaring the daylights out of me. Okay, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine being in that. Sorry, I can imagine it because I've been there before when we threw it away with Brendan Rodgers, and when we lost. And I can't blame Klopp for the two titles that we lost. I can't blame him for it. It was just unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean,
It's
you
just
got 97 points. You should win it
until the last day, and I blame the referees in a way. There was a few decisions those seasons that should have gone against Man City, and a few decisions that should have gone our way too. But that, regardless, I don't want to get into the PGMOL and all that stuff. I think everyone's talked about that more than enough, and I do understand. I just want the season to be over. That's what I want at the moment. I know it hasn't been. To be honest, I didn't enjoy it, but
no, I have it. There's a lot of stress, tension. We're not enjoying the ride because the stakes are high. I mean, it's number 20, and for us, number 20 is more than just another Premier League. Literally, we can go back and say we're the best team in England. I mean, I do believe we're the best, but it's a fair argue for the United fans to say we've got more Premier Leagues than you, more league titles than you guys. So when it's 2020 and we've got 6 Champions Leagues, then I mean, it's obvious who's the biggest.
Yeah, 3 Europa Leagues, 3 Champions Leagues, 6 Champions Leagues.
So the number 20 is crucial, and let's put it this way: in these times, it's very hard to win the Premier League with all the financial cheating that's happening, with all the money that's thrown on the model which we are operating, selling and buying and keeping within the rules or the PSR rules. I mean, to win fair and square with that buffer, I mean, that's an achievement.
Yes, you know what? It is, especially in the Premier League, when you've got the likes of Man City that have all those charges against them, and they've built a good foundation. So, all they need to do is play by the rules now, and still they've got a great team. They're always going to attract players because they always seem to get the best managers. Well, they can get the best managers at least. Because funds are endless, right? It's like.
But Mo, let's face it. I mean, we're only talking about City because their emails were hacked and leaked. If that happened, nobody would have touched them. I mean, you can go around the rules. I mean, Chelsea last week, if you heard it, they bought 2 new players. Combined, I think it was, I don't know, 50, 60 million. Now they bought 2 more players, Chelsea, and they're still getting, one is from Sporting Lisbon and the other, I'm not sure from South. Yeah, they bought it a week ago. They will join them in the summer. But that shows you, I mean, this is Chelsea. They got a squad of 300 players, I think.
I know, they've got three football teams.
They literally have 2 dressing rooms. Do I need to say more? They literally have 2 dressing rooms because they can't all fit in one. But anyway, that's the American model. Keep buying players, throw them. But that gives you a lot. That's even the achievement of Liverpool is much bigger. I mean, with all the money being thrown, still you managed to win the league. So not taking anything away from it, winning the number 20 is the ultimate goal.
Yeah, of course it is, Mazen. The problem is the next we have. I'm not sure that we have tougher games than they do. I think
We do have
do
tougher games than Arsenal, definitely.
Chelsea, and
Yeah.
then we've got the Arsenal game. They don't have that, but the problem is their firepower is a bit, you know.
But they're coming back. I mean, Saka's
I
coming back
know.
in April.
Come on, Mazin. Jota came back for God's sakes. Sometimes you think
Uh,
that maybe he should have stayed injured. At least we would still have that. We won't. We still have that belief that when he comes back, he'll do something.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't get me wrong. It's not that I wish him to be injured. No, no way. I don't wish that to anyone. Well, maybe one or two, but yeah, no, no. I'm not going to say names. The issue is okay. Now that let's say this season will be over, the, there's I heard today, and I listen a lot to Mark Goldbridge a lot. Him being a United fan doesn't really tickle my fancy that much, but
Yeah.
I think throughout the years, because I started to listen to him when Klopp first joined and Mourinho joined United at the time, and he wasn't making a lot of sense then. I mean, especially where he said that Klopp will bottle it. Klopp is a bottler. This guy's a winner. This and that. And I was like, all right, And then I kept on listening to him. And over the years, he's realized that United are not the team that they were. I'm not
No,
going to say.
he changed a lot. He changed a lot.
And he started to be a bit more uh, calmer, let's say, and more down to earth. And I think most United fans still. I mean, I can't blame them. We were in that bracket at some point, right? We still see ourselves as a big club
Yeah.
when we weren't winning. Well, at least we weren't competing for the title, and then we won
Yeah.
the fifth one, and that's when we started to believe again. And then we jumped. Yeah, we fell off back of the truck at some points, but still, he's saying that Liverpool, there's a big change coming up, and the way he put it is Luis Diaz, and I think we all know that Darwin Núñez is almost out of the door. I mean, if he's not literally out of the door, but his head is somewhere else. Luis Diaz, I think, is another one that should be looking. I mean, we should really look at a replacement.
Well, I do think Diaz will move, Jota will move, Nunez will move, Trent is gone. There'll be huge changes. Robertson, I think he will stay, but he will be a backup for the new left back. Tsimikas will be gone. There will be, I think, at least 5, 6 new faces. So it's going to be change. It's going to be a transitional period, and probably we'll touch upon that in our next episode. I hope that you guys liked what you heard. Uh, we'll be covering the Premier League, Champions League more into details when it resumes. And probably we'll touch a little bit on the internationals, although it's a little bit boring, Mo.
Sorry, I know we're wearing the jerseys, but
Yeah,
sorry, there's been. I know they're getting to finals, and to be fairly honest, coming in second, to me,
yeah.
you're like just anyone else. Right? Sorry, I know people think coming in second you get something. No, you don't. Not in my books. If you haven't won it, you've won nothing. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. So
definitely.
yeah, I can't say that I'm not an England
I'll,
fan.
I would say it's better for football. England doesn't win it.
No, no, yes.
Let's put it this way.
Never shut up. You believe me, we'll never shut up. Yes. Uh,
If there is a team that should have won 2 World Cups, if not 3, it should have been the Netherlands. But anyway,
no,
that's what.
yes, yes, I agree. But England should have won 2 World Cups and the Euros. The last three, England should have won. Sorry, not the last Euro, the Euro before. The last one.
Maybe the year before they played well. The last year, I don't think they played well. The
No,
World
no.
Cup, they
One
didn't play
before
well.
that, they deserve to win it. Yes.
Yeah, we'll probably speak about that next time because we'll touch upon that golden generation of Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, John Terry, Rooney, and how on earth they didn't win anything.
They didn't even get to a bloody final
Yeah,
properly.
yeah.
I think we would like everyone to comment, if you don't mind, in the comment section below. Smash a like if you like the video.
Share
Comment,
it.
yeah. Let us know if you're what you'd like us to talk about. Our opinions don't really tickle everyone's fancy, but to be fairly honest, it's our opinion. So, and we're willing to listen to yours too. So, yeah, put something in the comment section. What what you thought and how you think we can make this better. Okay, we'll catch you on the next one. So
Yeah.
I would say thanks, Maz. It was I really
Thank you,
enjoyed.
guys. Yeah, me too. Just the beginning. Tell us, guys, support us, suggest. It's your podcast as much as it's ours. Let's just open a debate for the average football fans with a little bit banter.
Yes, yes, we joke a lot, by the way. No hard feelings to all the fans out there, and we'll see you on the next one. See
Okay.
you, man.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.